Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome, guest. My name is Kristen, and I am the keeper of a grateful jar. I remember when I first encountered what would become my grateful jar. A beautiful, large turquoise glass vase perched high upon a dusty thrift store shelf. Originally, it looked like it may have been a holiday gift item, maybe filled to the rim with bath salts or the like, before being emptied out, used up, and cast off, discarded as a thrift store donation. Originally, I brought it home to feed the spare change retrieved from the depths of my pocket at the end of each day, until I one day read about a gratitude jar. A habit where every day we write what we're grateful for, diligently date it, and store it throughout the year in a jar. At the end of the year, emptying it out and reflecting on all that we had to be grateful for. What a sweet and soulful tradition I mused, to pause amid holiday merrymaking, to sift and to sort, wax nostalgic, and savor a year's worth of gratitude. Now, I've experimented with gratitude practices in the past. Admittedly, though, at times it looked a lot like a student driver learning to maneuver a stick shift. There was a lot of really awkward starts, some lunges, and the inevitable embarrassment of the defeated stall. So I couldn't help but wonder, how would my life be affected if I committed every day through a calendar year to recording what I was grateful for? So I embarked on my curious experiment that I affectionately dubbed the Grateful Jar Project on December 21st. Why December 21st? December 21st is winter solstice, an astronomical phenomenon that boasts the least amount of daylight hours and is often dubbed as the day with the longest night. Our ancestors would have toiled endlessly, painstaking in their efforts to prepare for the annual descent into darkness. Their survival would depend on how well they had rationed the summer's harvest. We don't have those pressures. Instead, our winter preparations are financial and psychological, maybe tightening our budgets and padding our bank accounts in anticipation of the consumer-driven, materialistic nature of the modern age holiday season. Perhaps preparing ourselves to face societal expectations, maybe some family obligations, and then to steel our nerves to plod onward through the gray drizzle of winter and early spring. Ancients would have celebrated winter solstice as the imminent return of the light. From that point forward, each day is gradually stretching oh so slowly with its daylight hours. I saw my participation in the Grateful Jar Project as my spiritual investment in the return of the light. Whatever we look for in life, we will find evidence to support. Life is hard. I know that. I don't have to look for evidence for that. But there is always something to be grateful for. And I wanted to teach my children how to seek the light amongst the density of the shadows. It's important to me that they be able to cultivate a buoyant heart to keep them afloat and to be able to recognize gratitude. I figured I could do that more effectively by demonstrating it and doing it and involving them with it than just preaching philosophy. And so we embarked on our curious adventure. Approximately one season in, I was having a particularly human moment. You know, one of those days that just, the mood was terrible. I couldn't turn it around no matter what I tried. And in a particularly tense moment, my youngest passed me a slip of paper on a yellow, sticky Post-it note. She had titled it 5 Gratefuls. And she had written fill-in-the-blank sentences numbered 1 to 5 and was prompting me to return to find my gratitude. It was that moment that I got the first glimpse of how my life would be impacted by the Grateful Jar Project and how my family would have the ripple effect flow through it. I remember the first day that I encountered what was to become my Grateful Jar, a large turquoise vase perched high upon a dusty thrift store shelf. I brought it home to feed it the spare change retrieved from the bottoms of my pocket at the end of each day. I had not an inkling as to the soulful journey that jar and I would travel.